Somewhere along the way, we were taught that needing others is part of being human. But no one warned us how that need can quietly become a prison. What if true freedom doesn't begin with being chosen, but with choosing yourself? They said solitude is sadness. That being alone is a flaw to be fixed. But what if that silence you fear is the very place your strength has been waiting all along? There is a kind of power that doesn't come from applause, support, or attention. It rises from within, quietly, steadily, the moment you decide to walk like you don't need anyone. You've felt it, the tightening in your chest when silence grows too loud. The ache of watching texts go unanswered. The strange hollowness of being surrounded, yet unseen. You've held on to the shadows of people who once mattered, until they faded like mist, leaving you clutching memories that no longer belonged. Let it hurt. Not because you deserve the pain, but because that pain is proof you showed up with a heart open, with hope, with humanity. And the breaking? That's not your failure. It's the destruction of the lie that someone else will save you. No one is coming. That's not cruelty. That's clarity. The cavalry you've imagined was never real. And the moment you understand this, fully, deeply, you awaken. You become something no one expected. Still, but unshaken. Soft, but unbreakable. Disciplined. Dangerous. Free. Walk like you don't need anyone, not out of spite, but from wisdom. Because most of the time, you won't have anyone. Not in the way you crave. And that doesn't make you weak. It makes you real. Marcus Aurelius didn't beg for comfort. He didn't fill scrolls wondering why others disappointed him. He wrote one line that became a lighthouse. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. That's not a quote. It's a challenge. A call to action. It's Stoicism at its core. Live by principle, not by applause. The one who walks like they don't need anyone doesn't shape themselves to be liked. They shape themselves to be aligned. Aligned with their values. Aligned with their truth. They don't fall apart in silence, because their foundation isn't built on being seen. They act. Not to impress. But because integrity acts whether anyone is watching or not. Most people, they build identity like sandcastles, crafted from compliments, likes, shallow friendships. And the first wave that hits, it all crumbles. Because their worth was never rooted. Never theirs. Just borrowed. Conditional. But you, no more. You've stopped performing. You've started becoming. You've stopped begging to be seen. You've started seeing yourself. You are not here to be an extra in someone else's narrative. You are here to write your own. You walk through fire not to be noticed. Not for revenge, but because fire refines. Because iron is forged in heat. And if the choice is between comfort and character, you choose character, every single time. You owe no one an explanation. Your discipline is your answer. Your silence is your strength. Your focus is your closure. Because real power does not need applause. It prepares in the dark. It builds quietly. And when it moves, it doesn't announce itself, it transforms the atmosphere. But this kind of strength comes with a price. Misunderstanding. Distance. They will call your calm arrogance. They will call your silence cold. They will call your boundaries selfish. But that's only because they've never met someone who doesn't need to be needed. Let them talk. Let them leave. Let them misunderstand. Epictetus said, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. You no longer need approval. You no longer wait for closure. You reclaim every ounce of energy you used to pour into overthinking, hoping, waiting. You don't need closure. You need clarity. You don't need promises. You need purpose. The silence that once haunted you, now it heals you. The loneliness that used to shatter you? Now it shapes you. The discipline you feared? Now it frees you. Let go of the fantasy that someone will come back and explain. Their absence was their answer. Now you respond, not in words, but in action, in movement, in presence. Walk, rise, reclaim. It will be hard. Walking alone always is. There will be mornings with no good morning, nights with no hand to hold, echoes where conversations used to live. But you'll keep walking, because now you walk for you. You no longer seek worth in someone's presence. You've found it in your own, not because you're flawless, but because you're faithful to your vision, your values, your standard. Seneca once wrote, "It's not that life is short. It's that we waste much of it. And what greater waste than chasing what already left?" Stop chasing. Stop waiting. Reclaim your seconds. Reclaim your soul. There's nothing more unstoppable than someone who's mastered the art of walking away, not with bitterness, but with clarity. Not from pride, but from peace. You walk not to prove them wrong, but because their noise no longer fits your silence. You've learned to observe more and react less, to build quietly, to become what no one expected, and everything you were meant to be. Each quiet habit, each step in the dark, each moment you choose yourself, it's not isolation, it's evolution. What kind of power falls apart when it's unloved? What kind of mindset needs permission? Not yours. Yours trains without praise. Yours moves through discomfort. Yours leads without asking. Because the battles that matter, they are fought within. And you've stopped waiting for rescue. So walk like you don't need anyone. Walk like every step is a declaration, I'm not waiting. I'm becoming. Let them whisper. Let them wonder. Let them say you've changed. You have. You've stopped needing and started knowing. You've stopped living on borrowed worth and started building your own. And if there's one truth that keeps you grounded when the world forgets you, it's this: no one needs to see the fire for it to burn. No one needs to hear your name for you to have purpose. The world doesn't need to understand your journey, it just needs to feel the impact of your steps. Keep walking. The silence isn't empty. It's sacred. This is who you are now. And there's no going back. And if this message reached something deep within you, if it reminded you of your strength, your purpose, your path, then consider staying close. Because we walk this path together. Here, we build in silence. We grow in discipline. We rise in solitude. And if those values speak to you, then you belong here. Subscribe not because you're told to, but because something in you knows you're ready. Ready to stop waiting. Ready to walk forward. Ready to remember who you were before the world taught you to need everything but yourself. This isn't a channel. It's a movement of minds that refuse to be controlled, of souls that won't be silenced, of people who've chosen presence over performance. So take the step. Hit subscribe. Not to follow, but to walk beside. We're just getting started. And the path ahead? It's yours now. This journey will be long. It will be quiet. But it will be yours. And in time, your steps will echo not with noise, but with truth. The truth that who you are without the world's approval is already enough. So keep walking. And when doubt whispers, let your steps reply. Because you don't need an audience to walk in purpose. You just need the courage to begin. We'll walk with you. Welcome home.